I'm starting to feel a little bit better, a little more encouraged. I'm starting to see more and more people now talking because now people are seeing that our government doesn't exist because it's there for us. Our government is here as a distraction. They're here to placate the masses and to give them the illusion of choice. And now more and more people are starting to see it because the wealthy have just become so accustomed to us being complacent and ignorant and blind and distracted that they now know. I'm not going to say believe, even though I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it. I'm still going to say the wealthy still know that when it comes down to it, we aren't going to do anything, and they know that. This TikTok ban that's starting to get people all riled up, this new bill that was passed where they are once again, this isn't something new that they're doing. They do this every couple years or every few years where they just create bills where the wealthy men and women write up a bill themselves. They write the bill. Then they give it to whatever politician that they're controlling. That politician's job, the job that the wealthy pay them for, is to introduce the bill and to get it passed. And they do this every couple years, every few years, where the wealthy write up this bill, it gets passed, and then money's just transferred to the wealthy. The wealthy are literally stealing your money. They are literally robbing you. The federal income tax system that we have in place is literally a money transfer system. That's why it was created. That's why it was invented. When this country started, people weren't just giving money to the government federally. You may pay some money locally to your state to get the state to do certain things. But this federal income tax didn't exist. They put it in place in order to rob you. They came up with a new way to rob the citizens, and they implemented it, and it's been working fine all this time. There's a reason why North America exists, and Australia exists, and Canada exists. There's a reason why you have European people all over this globe, in every continent practically, other than maybe parts of South America. And even then, you have people in Portuguese, people speaking Portuguese in Brazil, that's a European language. There's a reason they're all over the world. And the reason for that is white society in Europe has constantly come up with ways to destroy the little person, barbaric systems to destroy each other. And so white people from Europe have always fled from themselves and ran to create new places. Then when they get to those new places, the cycle just starts all over again. It's this barbaric, unsustainable system where they just eat each other, literally. So these wealthy people here now in parts of Europe and here in North America, they are just doing what they've been doing. They get to a position of power, they get access to some money, and then they decide I'm just going to destroy and to take from everyone else. And that includes all of the poorer whites. And the poorer whites are starting to understand and wake up to the fact that let me stop worrying about black men playing music I don't like, and black women having hairdos that I don't like, and them appearing in my television shows. I need to stop worrying about that, and I need to focus on the real problem. Stop focusing on the distraction that's been purposely presented to you and focus on the real problem. There are wealthy white men and women on this planet who are systematically destroying all of us. The majority of white citizens around the globe, they just want to live peacefully. That's the same for the rest of us. For us blacks, for the Asians, for Hispanics, we just want to live. We just want to exist. And we can't do that because there's this handful of white men and women who are wealthy who are demolishing any any chance for us to live a normal life. And people are starting to wake up. This bill is not anything new. It's not new. They do this all the time. It's since 2020. They've done it what, like four, five, six times. They just create bills and say, "Oh well, we need money for this. So yeah, just give us your money. Thanks. Bye." And they go off and they just keep the money. Right now, this TikTok ban, they know they need to ban this because People are starting to get information from each other, and they don't want that. And they know that people are going to start fighting back, but they're hoping that people will do what they've done for centuries. Just complain, bitch, and moan, but don't do anything, and then it'll all blow over and people will go back to normal. This happened in 2001, 2002, when we decided to go into war. The people in America fought against that war. We don't. Why are we going into Iraq? And they fought. There were protests, but they let people just blow off some steam, and then it blew over. People just went back to their regular lives and just started to ignore things again. In 2008, 2009, when we had the bailout, people started to get in the streets. In New York, we had protests in the streets. People were out there fighting, talking about it. But they knew that it would blow over and people would just be quiet and go back to normal, and that's what happened. Same thing's going to go on here. They're expecting people to get upset about the TikTok ban, to talk, to bitch and moan, to protest. They know people are upset about the genocide happening over in Israel, and they know people are going to protest and bitch and moan, but they're expecting for that to blow over and to just go away, and for the people to go back to normal. This is a cycle that's going to happen over and over and over and over again until the wealthy destroy, because that's all they're capable of doing. They destroy and then they try to move on to something else. They've run out of things to destroy. They run out of countries and civilizations and people to destroy. Now you're next. And if you don't do anything to put these people in check, your destruction is going to come a lot sooner. I've been talking about this for years at this point. YouTube has shadow banned me. Twitter shadow banned me. Instagram shadow banned me. Got a little bit of traction on TikTok. Then now TikTok has shadow banned me. They've blocked me. I get no views or anything on anything that I put up. And they're shadow banning me for a reason. I'm not one of those people up here asking for money. I'm not asking for likes. I'm not asking for shares. I'm not asking for views. All I do is try to spread my solution. And the solution is very simple. The wealthy men and women own our government because they have the money to bribe them. Groups like APAC get the things that they want because they have the money to bribe and own our politicians. The only way to stop them, the only legal, safe way to stop these people is to take away their money, which means taking away their power. And you take away their money and power by not shopping in their stores. It's very simple. You provide them with the money and the power that they need to do the things that they do. Because all these wealthy people all own shares in all of the big chain stores that you see all over the country. Hobby Lobby, Stop and Shop, Walmart, Target, McDonald's, Burger King, all the big chain stores, all of them that you see, TJ Maxx, all of the big chain stores that you see, Kroger, all of the big chain stores, Macy's, all of the big chain stores, Best Buy, all of the big chain stores, Texas, what is that? Texas Longhorn? I don't even know the name of the dang steakhouse. All of these different stores, Ulta, all of these big chain stores that you see all over the country, they all own percentages of those companies. And when you shop collectively, you pump massive amounts of money into these companies. Those companies then take that money, and that money is distributed amongst the wealthy, and the wealthy take that money and use it to buy your politicians. They bribe politicians. They just downright hire a regular citizen or someone working as in whatever, a civilian citizen, and then they go out and they tell that civilian citizen, hey, work for me. I'm going to put you in position of governor, put you in position of mayor. I'm going to make you the president, and you're going to work for me. And that person says, you got it, boss. That politician then works for the wealthy, and they do whatever the wealthy ask them to do. So whenever you're seeing things like this, where the government gets on board immediately and passes bills, it's because that's what they're there for. Their job is to distract you, trick you, convince you into thinking there's a two-party system that's constantly at odds with each other. So whenever you ask for things like universal health care, well, gosh darn it, we just can't do it. Whenever you ask for things like a livable wage, well, shucks, we can't help you because we're constantly fighting the other party. But whenever the wealthy ask for something and demand something, the two-party system gets on board immediately and passes it because that's their job. Their job, the reason that they exist, the reason that position exists is because those people are there to convince you that you have a choice. You have representatives here who are fighting for you, but unfortunately, there's just this constant wall that we're hitting, but we're fighting for you. So just keep voting for us and keep going and keep fighting that dream, and we'll get it done for you. But in the meantime, well, we have some real bosses over here, and our real job is to pass policies for them. So you're always going to see anything that requires money being transferred away from you and transferred over to the wealthy. Whenever those policies pop up, they will be passed immediately. Immediately. Because that's the job of our your politicians, is to pass those policies. That's their job. And you guys are going to be sorely mistaken thinking that you can do anything to stop this other than pulling your money. If we don't get on board and the majority of us stop shopping and we create videos and memes and podcasts and clips telling each other how to exist without spending our money with the wealthy, if you guys aren't getting on board and doing that, don't waste your time complaining because it's just going to keep happening this way. It's just going to keep happening. So I'll see if this video gets any traction. Probably not, because again, I'm being shadow banned everywhere now. Because this message is, I believe, the only solution that is going to get any real change. Women, you have to get on board and you have to convince each other to stop shopping in these stores. If you need to buy groceries, go to a local farmer's market, a mom and pop shop, a bodega, anywhere where you're not spending your money and sharing your money with the wealthy. If you need to buy clothes, make them yourself, buy them online, find some sort of little small mom and pop boutique, anywhere, anything that you can do that keeps you from sharing your money with the wealthy, that's what you're going to have to do. Keep your money away from the wealthy and from these big box stores. Stop shopping, boycott these businesses, and shut down this economic system. It's not until you take away their money that you will get their attention. So if you guys want to punish these people who are constantly working to destroy and erode your life for their own financial benefit, you have to get together and you have to punish them by taking away their money and taking away their power. Stop shopping.